ready?
She has a client.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yes.
Don't you have a client?
Perfect.
All right, well, first of all, welcome to the Costa Mujeres Ice Cream Caravan. As you can see, we're very excited to have you guys. We're very excited about this project that we're launching November 1st. We're launching it. It's going to be in Playa Mujeres, which is about 30 minutes from Cancun Airport. And there will be 2 resorts there. There'll be Grand Palladium, which is for singles, couples, and families, and then TRS, which is our adults-only brand. So are you guys familiar kind of with the difference between Palladium Hotel Group, the Grand Palladium, and TRS?
You can explain.
I'm not sure.
So we have some that are very versed and some that aren't.
Perfect.
So
like I mentioned, Grand Palladium is singles, couples, and families, and TRS is our adults-only brand.
And we have a resort in Puerto Vallarta, 40 minutes north of the airport of Riviera Nayarit. We have one in the Yucatan Peninsula, about 30 minutes south of Playa del Carmen. We have one in Jamaica, about halfway between the Grill and Montego Bay Airport. And we also have one in Punta Cana and Barbaro Beach. The TRS brand is in the TRS Yucatan and also in TRS Turquesa in Punta Cana. And of course, our new property opening November 1st will have the TRS Coral and the Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres. TRS was rebranded and opened up on December 1st in Punta Cana and in Yucatan. It used to be the Royal Suites, now it's TRS Hotels. And we did a lot of investment into the technology as far as the guest interactions. There's an app on the phone, there's smart TV, you can order your room service.
So an exciting thing about our brand new property, TRS Coral. Have you guys heard of leading hotels in the world? Mm-hmm. So we've actually been named the leading hotels of the world, and we're not even open yet. So a lot of the things we've implemented across our rebranding for TRS is going to be implemented here, and we've already got the accreditation of leading hotels of the world. So that's a really exciting thing we're ready about. And altogether at this property, it'll be about 1,150 rooms, about 745 Grand Palladium, and about 496 on TRS. And any questions so far?
They both open November 1st?
Yes. Both open November 1st.
I was just going to say, is it like they're both?
It's situated, this brochure here, if you open up towards the middle, it's got a map of the whole complex. This side is the whole complex, and this here is just the Grand Palladium area. The grayed out area is the TRS, the adults only area. One part of what we opened in Puerto Vallarta on June 1st,
Okay, go. So for Grand Palladium, they have to stick to the Grand Palladium side. So Grand Palladium, they'll have their own bars and restaurants and swimming pools. For TRS, the adults only, they have their own separate bars, pools, restaurants, and everything as well, and a la carte dining. At some other properties, such as Riviera Maya, where there's like 3 Grand Palladiums, it's stay one, play all. So if you're staying at the Colonial side, then you can go to Continental, go to restaurants throughout there. And then with TRS, the adults can go to anywhere in the resort.
So either Yucatan or Punta Cana.
Yeah, so for example, at TRS Coral, if you want to go eat at a restaurant in Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres, you go eat at a restaurant there. If you want to go to a bar or a pool, you have free exchange of privileges, and then your butler can also make reservations anywhere.
Right, and with all the resorts, there's no restrictions or no reservations needed for the a la carte dining, and the butler service is included at all the TRS brands, one butler for the whole villa. However, what we're introducing, the family selection, is a upscale VIP area within the Grand Palladium side. We launched it in Puerto Vallarta in June. So think of family selection as not as different room category, but as an amenity package. So you get checked in, checked out at your own lobby. I was there with my family actually about a month ago. And we got great welcome gifts, for the kids. The sunglasses are kid-size sunglasses. The robes and slippers are all made for kids. The amenity package, the backpack was filled with an underwater camera. The pool area, at least in the Vallarta one, and this will be the same as well for the own family selection pool. It had 3 different distinct depths within the pool, so if you have kids of different ages, which I do, then they're all in one pool, so you don't have to divert your attention to different pools. They had a little people at Palladium, the entertainment folk, they'd come, take our 4-year-old, do a little craft project off to the side of the pool, get them out of the water for a while in the shade, so we didn't have to watch them and stuff. They entertained us.
Family selection, think of it not as another room category, but more of an amenity package. So those things that Will's talking about as far as, the welcome with mini robes and slippers for kids and all those extra sunglasses and sunscreen, extra amenities, because this is the VIP concierge for families. So like we like to say, sometimes you have clients that enjoy the all-inclusive, you know, what happens? They get a little older, they get married, and they have little ones. And then you're like, well, I can't go on vacation, I got some little kids. So like Will mentioned, he went to family selection in the Puerto Vallarta, and he had 3 kids with him. So he was able to have a vacation and enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's one of the biggest takeaways that my wife had, who doesn't travel quite as much as I do. She's like, well, we would really could enjoy ourselves a lot more on this side than we could on the other. So better service, better staff ratio. I mean, one of the things they did is when I come back from dinner, there'd be a bubble bath waiting for the kids, and you know, in the room and stuff like that. The great thing is the adults, and so I was able to go to the wet areas of the spa, that the adults do get access to the spa, or it's a trophy brand. Like if the new resort, they'll have access to the new spa and also at all the TRS Coral restaurants as well. So you can be closer to your kids when you want to, and you can also go to the adults only side as well and get all the amenities and all the a la carte dining options that they have on the adult side. We have kids clubs at all our resorts, under 4, 4 through 12, and a teens club. So there's and
So
then
that's only with the family to
selection.
be able to go to TRS?
Correct. The only Grand Palladium 2 TRS exchange privileges if
Yeah,
you're family
okay.
selection. And they have their own lobby, their own check-in area, and their own pool. And there'll be the great thing of the Vallarta one too is there was a restaurant right there. We didn't have to go to the other side to go to the buffet. It was right there, and it was just for us, and it was never crowded.
In addition, with the family selection, there'll be loft suites and adjoining rooms. So if you have little ones, and they can go upstairs, they have their own beds, they have the TV in the bathroom, and the adults can be downstairs and have their own privacy, and you know, still know that the kids are safe upstairs, and you're all underneath one roof. So you know, really having a family vacation, not split up. And next thing we will talk about is our Chic Cabaret, which we just launched in Riviera Maya in December, and it is already ranked the #1 dinner and show experience in the whole destination. So everywhere from Riviera Maya to Cancun to Playa Mujeres,
Down to
down to yep, it's ranked #1 on TripAdvisor. It's a 2.5-hour style Vegas show. It comes with a 7-course meals. You have entertainment. This is the pre-party area where you have characters on stilts dressed as the Dios Muertos. You'll have someone in the bathtub.
The mermaid handing out drinks. And
You'll have
things like
magicians. Kind of get that Vegas kind of red carpet feel even before you go in. This is just the pre-party. And then the show starts about 8:15. It's a 2.5-hour style show, 7-course meal. You got a question? Nope. You're just on. You're not. You're thinking, right? So it's got the rounded booths like in Vegas. Capacity is between about 220 and 250.
And these are all rendered. These are all pictures from the show that is in Yucatan right now that has been so well received, but we'll be replicating it right here in the new resorts.
Yeah, so it is free for all the TRS guests, and we actually moved it to the village because it's been such a hit, and so many people have been interested to it. So now people from Grand Palladium can have access to it, easier access to it. It costs about $100 per person, and it's an adults-only show, so leave the kids at home. It has everything from jazz to opera to show tunes, and to even some Circus du Soleil acts.
And these are professional performers. It's not the towel guy who doubles at night as entertainment. These are, you know, full-on professional entertainers that we can contract to come to our shows.
Is it pre-booked the show?
You would make reservations with your butler for what night you want. And you'd probably only want to see it once while you're down there. I mean, you could go multiple times if you'd like. But that's the one thing that we do require reservations for, the teppanyaki table and also the Chic Cabaret. So when you check in, you're like, well, I'd like to go see Chic Cabaret on Wednesday. You're like, yes, we'll make that reservation for you. So.
But you can't pre-book before you go on your trip.
No, and there really isn't a need to. The venue is large enough that I'll be able to accommodate, because like I said, you're only going to probably go once one time.
I mean, the show's constantly changing, so I've seen it twice, and it's changed both times, so you might want to see it twice. And it's once you go, like, it's jaw-dropping experience. Like, it's constant action, it's seamless entertainment, and the cuisine, as you kind of see here, is very elegant. So you kind of get a duck and a 7-course meal. There is only 2 blackout nights. So once you get on a resort, talk to your butler, and you'll be able to figure out when you can go. Any other questions about the Chic Cabaret?
And the adults from family selection will have access to the Chic Cabaret without an additional cost as well. So the adults in family selection get all the benefits that a TRS Coral guest would get.
And then we'll move on So you guys have your maps open, you kind of see the map and as far as some things we've highlighted.
Yeah. So if you look up in this top area here, you see the Rafa Nadal Tennis Center. So hopefully, here you go.
Anyone big tennis fans here? You a tennis fan? Yeah?
I watched it on TV.
You watch it? So you know who Rafa Nadal is, right?
Yeah.
#1 ranked tennis player in the world? So we've got an exclusive partnership with him where he's launching his own tennis academy here. He's invested $8 million of his own dollars into this project. Rafa, R-A-F-A,
Nadal.
Nadal, M-A-D-A-L.
We're a Spanish-owned company. He's from Spain as well, so it's maybe a little bit how we got hooked in with him.
So it's right above the village on the map here. So it's right above the Chic Cabaret. That's where Rafa Nadal's Tennis Academy is. And what makes this project very unique, for some reason, is that he's having red clay courts. And those are hard to come by. You usually only find those in Europe. And this is where he's famous for. He's actually won 11 French Opens on red clay. So it's a cool feature he's adding. They will be, say again?
It's good luck.
Yeah, right? And you want to talk about the lessons?
Well, there'll be instructors, his instructors flown in from Spain, his training academy in Spain. They'll be bringing those instructors over. There'll be a training center specific to tennis. We'll have our fitness center in a different part of the resort for all our guests, but there'll be a training area here for tennis folks as well. There'll also be a area to watch, if it's a match, they'll have his matches on. Tennis, or Super Bowl party, that area, kind of like a stadium viewing area for sporting events. And there'll also be other fields for like paddleball or pickleball or some of the other kind of racket sports as well, all hosted within that area.
And Rafa is sponsored by Nike, so there'll be a Nike shot. So even if you don't play tennis, you can still look good for him when he comes.
So that will be opening
November 15th.
So the resort opens November 11th, or 1st, I'm sorry, but this will be opening November 15th.
And is it a new build?
Yes,
Brand new build, which we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, right, the fonts and
Yep.
how it was constructed.
Yep.
So.
So I see you kind of have some KC wedding stuff. Do you guys book a lot of weddings here? Yeah?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. So we actually have consecrated Catholic chapels on all of our properties, except for Jamaica. So here is going to be our new, modern, kind of gaudy style church. Kind of very modern. And here, you kind of see it, there's little windows. There'll be stainless glass there, so when the sun comes in, it'll be very romantic and zen. So we do have 4 different distinct locations for weddings. We have beach, we have gazebo, garden gazebo, and then when there's bad weather, you can move into our spa.
And we'll do weddings for all, so we don't have any symbolic, religious. We have a special department for East Asian weddings as well, which are very involved. So we have
LGBTQ,
we'll do weddings.
Can you do those in the Dominican?
I believe so.
I think symbolically. I mean, obviously.
Okay.
So, but,
Will you check on that? Because that's when we found out some roadblocks in the Dominican with LGBT.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, great question.
Okay.
For that,
Oh, I get a prize!
We want this to be obviously engaging, so if you have any questions, feel free to stop us during the process.
Oh, hey, I'm going to take this on my trip tomorrow.
Hey!
Yeah, I got,
Show your viewers what you got over there.
huh?
Show your viewers what you got.
Oh, my viewers. I have a fan for my trip. Yes. All right. That's awesome, Megan. Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
And next big feature that we will be talking about is our spa brand, which is called Centropia, which is in all of our properties. And Will is pointing out, it's located really close to the Family Selection. And like we mentioned earlier, Family Selection, all the adults get free access to the hydrotherapy and wet areas of the spa, in addition to everyone in TRS.
And look at the size of the building. I mean, it is, we'll tell you exactly how big in a second, but you can see it's a lot of emphasis went into this spa. I mean, some resorts have a spa as kind of an afterthought, and some guests, oh, I'll go to the spa, but some guests will choose a resort depending on how nice the spa is, and I'm sure you guys have those kind of clients as well. So we think this will compare quite favorably to the rest of the spa
So the spa
destinations.
is actually 51,000 square feet.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Insane. Would you like to go to that spa?
Oh, absolutely.
I think you can just stay in the spa. Just bring your whole family.